Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura, and we are gonna continue working on this wolf today. It's one of the wolves from the Bone Six core set from Reaper. And I'm also was using these to play around with Reaper's Oxide Brown and Oxide Yellow, because a lot of wolves actually have just a little bit of brown in the mix of their fur. Quite often up here where the kind of cream and black meat. Hope everyone had a good New Year's. Winter finally decided to show up here. It's been snowing pretty much all morning. So we gotta have a decent amount of snow, a couple of inches, which was great because I had gotten my son a little like sort of snow castle making kit. I mean, it can also be used with sand as well. But I'm also a little tired because I also took the opportunity to get a little shoveling done too. So this color is going to be one of the main highlights for the brown areas, but it also works well for building up to that Osirian sand color. So I am going to take it down to the area where it will be just more so cream. And you could see, like, if you did more of a brown, dark brown color on the back and different patterning, you could easily have like some really good colors for like a German Shepherd or something like that. Okay, and this color is going to be just the basically final highlight for the brown, the areas that I want to stay brown, and then it's going to be kind of more like a mid-tone slash second shadow for these cream areas. So try and only pick out a few of these kind of higher areas where the brown is supposed to be. Okay, and now do cream areas. So I'll start on the face just to kind of give an idea here. And also make sure I don't undo the brown stuff. And I think for this stream, I'll probably just focus on this side and the face, I guess, is also what I've been doing. I did finally watch the Doctor Who Christmas special the other day. I just wasn't really feeling it to try and, as far as on Christmas Day when it actually came out. Oh, and it's like the face cam froze. But nothing I can do about that. At the moment, I'd have to shut down the stream and then start back up. I really do think that probably comes down to my computer just not always having the power anymore. I mean, it's definitely getting behind as far as the graphics card goes. Because I've looked up kind of, I have been looking into what kind of specs would be good nowadays, especially for what I use my computer for a lot. And my computer currently is just subpar. There were other things happening, kind of weird things that started giving me, like earlier last year, mid part way through last year. So it's on the list for things to replace this year. We'll probably wait until for taxes and then get a new computer for me. got a few different laptops that I'm looking at, as far as options at least. Kind of depends on what we can afford at the time. And also just what makes sense too. I mean, we've got another thing that's also going to be expensive that we will need to replace. So we'll need to be smart. But I've kind of made my husband aware of just kind of the different price ranges for some of the computers, and so that we're on the same page as far as what we'll plan to spend. For me, for a new laptop for me. So I think we should at least be able to get. We definitely should be able to get a better laptop that's a bit more suited to what I use my laptop now. I mean, when we got it, I was not streaming. I didn't even have that in the back of my mind when we got this laptop. So hopefully when I do get that new laptop, that we won't be having the face cam just stop working so much. And this color I'm up is now that Osirian Sand from Reaper. It's a really like creamy off-white. It's one of their Pathfinder colors. So if that name sounds familiar because you play Pathfinder, that's it's not on accident. Because they have a line that's specifically licensed or whatever to do, like they are licensed to make paints that are specifically for Pathfinder, I guess. I've never played it, so I don't it's interesting to me that they're specifically licensed colors or whatever. I'm also going to take some of this and just do some kind of, I guess, light touches of highlights in the black. Because if you look at wolves, they actually have just those little, really light hairs, even into the black. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, cat snoring behind me very loudly. She's either having a really good dream or she's having a hard time breathing. I think I am going to glaze a little bit of that golden brown just back in just a tiny bit. I'm going to try and just do like a light glaze here. There we go. And I might come back with the mix up some black colors some other time. Probably not this stream, but before I call these done, I might do that just because I feel like I've pushed the black up a bit too much, so I need to maybe bring it down just a touch and some spots on the side. I think this side is fine currently. So now you can kind of see the difference from the side. That's pretty much done to this side that still needs all of those highlights and whatnot that we did. And here's the colors, in case you were curious about those. So this is kind of that base mix that I used to then, and then I just made a glaze out of it. It's about 50-50 oxide yellow and oxide brown, and there's the numbers if you need the SKUs. And then about 1 drop of the Osirian sand. And again, it's a Pathfinder color, so you'd want to, if you don't use the SKU, then you'll want to click on the Pathfinder paints in the menu. And then, yeah, I use up to these colors. Like these two are just kind of basically the highlights for the where I want the brown, and then I use them kind of as shadow colors right now for the cream areas, like I did on the side, and then go all the way up to these two with as highlights for those cream areas. So that is what I did. If you missed out on that, And we're going to go ahead and continue on this side for the rest of the stream. If we finish up before time runs out, I'll probably just call stream early. She is very loud right now. And so for building up the other colors, so this one is that next color up, if you remember. And I just took one or two brushfuls from that base color. Added another drop or two of oxide yellow, since we want to bring it towards that more creamy color. And then added some Osirian, couple drops of Osirian sand. Then as I kept building it up to the highlights, I kind of just had more and more Osirian sand than the other color, than oxide yellow. And I don't rinse out my brush when I go mix from one to the other. That way there's a tiny bit of the previous color mixed in. That's just a good way to make sure that it will actually work as the next step up. Any of you football, like American football watchers? I was glad to be able to see Cyclones win their bowl game last weekend. Our defense still did not look very good. So, and I know there were some injuries that were part of that, but hopefully they can kind of work on the defense. Hopefully they've kind of figured out what the weak points are, maybe how to shore those up, because we used to be amazing. We used to be known for our defense. And I mean, it's great that we had such a great season, but sort of a sad thing to be having that and then not be able to also have a great defense on top of it. Just especially when so many people don't think very much of the Big 12 or the Cyclones, because let's face it, the Cyclones have not been great for quite a long time. We've been okay at times, and we've had like the best defense at times. So I know they've recruited quite a few new, like, seems like a lot, quite a few new wide receivers to replace the two that are, I believe Noel and Higgins are both seniors. That or they might go into the NFL at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. And they would get to join with the many other former Cyclones that are in the NFL. So we may not be like one of the big name schools, but we have quite a few in the NFL. So there's that. I think Purdy and Montgomery are some of the bigger, well-known names right now as far as the Cyclones that are in the NFL. Breece Hall ended up on the Jets. I don't know how much. I mean, I know the Jets have not been great. So I don't know how much of a chance he's really had to be able to shine. I'm really tired, so I honestly can't think of what the other ones. There's quite a few others that I know are currently getting touches on plays and stuff throughout the NFL season this year. Just totally blanking on the names. I think there was someone last year that was drafted by the Texans or something. I could easily just go on the Cyclone fan page on Facebook. I quite often do a little update each week of former Cyclones in the NFL. Okay. That's looking pretty good. It's actually kind of a little bit more creamy in person than it is showing up on my camera. But it looks good, I think. Yeah, I didn't really do much on the super underside. That's what I had it base coated in, was that golden brown. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna stop there then. Got the fur pretty much where I want it. So we got two pretty much done. This one I did go a little bit more. I used more of the the black color to build up the creamy highlights and shadows and stuff. So you can see kind of a difference, I guess, between the two. And I was kind of, here, zoom out. So I was kind of not completely set on my approach. And I think I kind of like this a little better because it keeps that cream and doesn't get washed out, especially when I go to like put it on camera or take pictures. You can still, this one you can still see that there's some cream, whereas this is looking more white. And that's even with doing some glazes of the Syrian sand. I'll probably keep it the way it is. And then got one more wolf to do. I got the side done, and that's where I kind of started finally getting a little feel for how I want to do it. So just have the other side to do, as you can see. So yeah, it's fun, some fun positions that we've got on these guys. But that will be it for today, and I'll see y'all Monday. We'll be back to this guy, Mr. Oni, Ogre Mage. And I think I am going to go ahead and change the green. I was thinking about it some more afterwards, looked at the color wheel, and I'm going to swap out my midtone and highlight for these two, Naga Green and Moss Green. They are both a little bit more saturated and also stay more on that green. I was getting, this is getting a little bit too yellowish green, and I need to stay more on the green, just very green. But other than that, that's all I'll change as far as the green goes. I'll keep the shadow color as is, Jungle Moss 9082, if that's hard to read. So yeah, so you can come back Monday to see me change out the green that's on here, and then we'll see what else we do. Maybe I'll go on to all the horns here next or something. That'll be kind of a lot. There's a lot of those, so maybe we can do that next. Just make it look even more complete. Okay, well, I hope you all have a good weekend and rest up. And Happy New Year.